Redneck city next, devil be dang. Come on, get together, rockin' turbo twang.
By the grace of God, I was born and raised in ordinary small town USA. Took it to the top every night and day. From my working to our loving, to the music that we played up through the valley, down the mountain tops. When the stars came out, those backwoods would start to rock, shaking up the country and the windowsills. With those old boots stomping and those killer fiddle fills. Yeah, buddy, turn up the radio nice and loud. Gonna hoop, gonna holler, gonna get on wound with a he and a ha and a driving sound. We're kicking out dust, gonna get on down. Kissing in the moonlight, a partying gang. It ain't hillbilly. We're rocking turbo twang. Yeah. Ha-ha. Hand in hand down a dusty road, playing in the sand where that Missisquoi River flowed. A lover's heartbeat and an old banjo, that's all that we need for jumping pure on Eel Gold. Yeah, buddy, turn up the radio nice and loud. Gonna hoop, gonna holler, gonna get on wound with a he and a ha and a driving sound. We're kicking up dust, gonna get on down. Kissing in the moonlight, a partying gang. It ain't hillbilly. We're rocking turbo twang. Turbo twang. Turbo twang. Everybody knows life ain't always a party, but you celebrate. Up and down it goes. So you dance to the rhythm at the living mix. Yeah, buddy, turn up the radio nice and loud. Gonna hoot, gonna holler, gonna come on wound with a he and a ha and a driving sound. We're kicking up dust, gonna get on down. Kissing in the moonlight, a partying gang. It ain't hillbilly. We're rocking turbo twang. Yeah, buddy, turn up the radio nice and loud. Gonna hoop, gonna holler, gonna get on wound with a he and a ha and a driving sound. We're kicking up dust, gonna get on down. Kissing in the moonlight, a partying gang. It ain't hillbilly. We're rocking turbo twang. Oh yeah, it's turbo twang. Rocking turbo twang. Rocking
Turbo twang. Get together, let's turbo twang.
Rockin'. We are rockin'. Rockin'. Hey, bro. I love it, man. Wayne Warner, Mike.
Good.
Good buddies on the show. Thanks, buddy. How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
You are rocking the whole Nashville. Backstage Nashville. Self-pen book. All the backstage stuff. You are just jamming. Welcome again, Wayne.
Been busy.
Welcome to the Who Magoo again. I think your fourth time on the show. We've talked so much about all your good foundation work with, God Bless the Children, Taylor Swift, Nashville All-Star Choir, all those things in the past, all in fun. And now you are hitting the books with so much inside info. Tell us what your day is like and give us a little synopsis of what's going on for you.
A whole new world, and hey, Tom, and hello to your listeners. It's great to be back on the Who Magoo show, man,
Yeah.
and great to talk to you, Tom. Great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my first time talking to you as an author. You know, whoever thought the world of music would be taking me into holding the pen and taking me into this world? But it's another part of the journey, and it's been fun and it's been interesting. It's a whole new way to connect with people, and it's a new forum for me, and it's certainly been fun. It's been great to get feedback from people on a different level. It's neat to get mail from people and to connect with people who are talking about a melody and a beat and rhymes. But to hear them, to get people connect with you. As you, that's something that's totally foreign to me, and to connect on something on a personal level. is really something that I never thought would happen to this degree. And so writing Backstage Nashville was just that, was a journey, and it continues on as a journey in this connection with people, and it's just a whole new dialogue, and it's just been really, really, it's been fun, definitely fun.
Well, you're such a down-to-earth person, and like Kathy Stewart, such a great person that we know together through music, or I have played her music last night with yourself.
I love Kathy.
Yeah, and you connect with everybody, because your book is, Wade, when you read what you're talking about, you're not all into the glitz and the glam and all that's very uncomfortable. Why are people thinking Wayne Warner is somebody when you were growing up, they were bullying you? And that's what you're getting into the words and, and all the journey in life. And you bring that out,
Yeah, it's funny that people have caught on to a bullying theme in this book, and I think sadly in some ways, I think so many people, and I think probably everyone in some way feels bullied in life, whether it's in the workforce or in school or even growing up with their parents when they didn't get it, when they had to be home at a certain time. But yeah, I guess there is a bullying theme throughout the book that people are connecting to, and I'm really glad now that there's some talk about trying to get the book in schools, because as you know, bullying is an epidemic now that we are trying to address. And so I'm really glad, I never thought about that during the penning of the book, but I'm really glad that is making that connection, connecting in that way. And so if they can get that into schools, or we can get this into the schools and it can help some way in that forum, then that'll just be another great reward of this process.
Yeah, and getting ready for you tonight, I've talked to you so many times and know your stories and your background. And the bullying part is because when you were telling me about your singing voice early on, people were critical. And to me, being a fan of everybody I play, I watch The Voice, I watch The View, people outplay, I like everybody. I don't think anybody's critical. I mean, that's how I look at life in your voice. But you were telling me how you had to work on that, or come through that self-confidence, should I say, because people were critical a little bit. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say, Wayne. You've always stood for yourself, and that's what makes you more than music, recovery and foster children. And that's part of your book, too. Just your life. You were ready to pen a contract with a record company, and just because of, we can get into that little story, too. That's all in the book, too, because your children are foster children. And that was not making what they thought, what they needed to have at that time.
Right. Well, I adopted a couple of boys. It's one of the most important gig in my life, and they're the biggest hits in my life. Yeah. And so via my sons, we became a biracial family, and that did cause some problems in my music career, and it's something that we overcame. But it did certainly bring an awareness to us and to our family that we just weren't aware of, that it existed in the genre that we had to deal with, that we didn't see, that we didn't think we were going to have to deal with in that capacity. And and it's sadly that's something that's still going on, in the industry, and something that I hope gets addressed. And but it is still a factor, and I guess not just in this industry, but I guess everywhere. And it's something that something we need to look at as a nation and as a people.
Oh, very much so. I'm just so sad at things I'm hearing and people reacting to things like that. And when you told me the story about that, because, Wayne, you've called me and we shared it, and I actually got a script of your book before it was released to kind of go through. So I still got to get a video for you. I'm going to work on that, have a formal review for you on the show.
Good.
Yeah, but you shared that with me, how you were ready to sign, but they found out, and that wasn't the image that the record company wanted to have. They didn't want you to say that you had adopted children. And I was like, well,
they didn't want me to say that I had adopted black children, and that was
I didn't even want to say that. Yeah.
And so, but that was the reality of it, and so I walked away from that. I walked away from that label, and I'm hoping that has changed somewhat since that time, but it hasn't changed enough. It's still a reality. It's as simple as this: the ACM Awards are in its 54th year, and I'll just ask you this: who was your favorite black host? And the answer is they haven't ever had one. Not in 54 years as the ACM, the American Country Music Awards, had a black host or a black co-host, and that's just the reality of it. I'm not saying anything other than that's a fact, and I just hope that that's something that can be worked on. As a proud father of two black sons, I would like to think that if that was something they wanted to pursue, and they wanted to pursue a career in country music, that maybe someday they could be a co-host of the American Country Music Awards. We have now had a black president. We live in a day now where we have had a black and an orange president. It would be nice if we could have a black host of the Country Music Awards. That's just where we're at. And
right.
So yeah, the book does address that, and it's just a reality.
Yeah,
and the power of, I do believe in the power of music. I did learn that in the project that you spoke of, God Bless the Children, the power of music and the power of unity through it. So I do believe that day will come.
Yeah,
but I do believe that it also has to be talked about. It has to be acknowledged, and so, and there it is in black and white in Backstage Nashville. It's there, it's discussed. And yes, it's going to bring controversy. It's going to bring, it's going to bring some backlash for me. But as the father of two African American boys, I felt that was important to do.
And Wayne, I gotta tell you, I did share it with a friend of mine who's a buddy of mine, from the city I've known forever. And I told him that story about, and he was like, yeah, we need a long ways to go. So I go, wow, I was just shocked that that'd be happening today. So I'll tell you what, why don't we take a little break? Let's play right now. God Bless the Children, featuring Taylor Swift and Nashville All-Star Choir. And again, this is a Dave Thomas Foundation, correct? That you guys did back then for foster children?
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Let's roll that right now. We'll be back with Wayne Warner. Backstage Nashville. Thank you.
Somewhere out there, he sits all alone, waiting again tonight for mommy to come home. She says she has bills to pay, that he's only in her way. Listen close, can't you hear him crying? I need someone who needs me. I need someone who loves me. A little girl being scared and hungry is part of her world. Her daddy came home mad again. She'll just say she fell again. Listen close, can't you hear her cry? Need someone who needs me. I need someone who loves